know what I just realized? We didn't enter the studio on this computer.
Yeah, turn the light
My creamer is separated. It looks disgusting.
on. Please, go ahead. Do what you do and wash my shoes. Come on, man.
My socks look like they're part of my pants. Like, look at it on camera. Didn't want to come over here until that light came on.
Right.
Maybe you should start turning on the light at like 7:35.
She realized it. Like, Lil, I need you to move. You want to watch Gabby's Dollhouse? Huh?
Of course not. Go get your tablet so we can do ABC Mouse, okay?
You finna do that right
She finna do it. She don't need me.
now?
Stop jumping. There's
What?
hot stuff right here. Where is ABC
What
Mouse?
a morning. We are here and trying to get it going. Good morning, Sharon.
Good
I don't know
morning,
what that
Sharon.
was.
I don't even see ABC Mouse. How you find it?
It was you can type it in.
Oh. It's like, what are you looking for? Animals?
Mhm. What is that? Velvet? Funniest movie.
Wait, what is this?
One of the funniest movies.
It's trying to get me to download something, so obviously I'm not in the right place.
Good morning, Rhett. Miss Sharon said hello.
You're not
No.
gonna say hi.
Okay.
Lily, I need you to stop
She
leaning into this
waved
coffee.
and said no. Um. So while Artika takes her time, her
What do you
precious
mean
time.
I'm taking my time? I'm trying to find the thing. Here, go sit at the table and do that. Thank you.
Mm. Well, welcome to the show.
It's a show now.
It's something. It took me forever to do that. I was
And
like,
you didn't
God,
offer to
hurry
help
up.
me at all.
I was about to. I thought you had it because it's a simple boop, 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 boop.
You saw it wouldn't.
It was for me.
Well, it wasn't for me.
Do better. What's up, Doug?
Good morning, Sharon, Narette, and J Dub. Lily really did not say hi.
No, she waved, though.
Oh. Huh.
She waved.
So
And,
speaking of Lily not speaking to people, good morning, Hubert.
what up, Hubert?
So when I take Lily to school in the morning, I I park and I walk her in. And one of her classmates is the youngest of four. We actually met his mom and siblings at open house. And so we're walking up, he gets out of the car and he looks over and he says, "Hey, Lily." And I was like, "Lily, isn't he in your class? Don't you know him?" She was like, "Yeah." I was like, "You not gonna say hey?" She was like, "Hey,"
Mm-hmm.
and kept walking. So I don't know if he's not one of her favorite people in class or she just wasn't here for speaking to people. This was, what was that, Friday? Yeah, that was Friday
Yeah,
morning.
I think
Good
it was.
morning, Miss Tillman. Yeah, because I didn't have quiet with me.
Yeah. Good morning, Artika.
Good morning, Tommy.
All right, since we got that out the way, um,
Don't act like I'm holding you up from something.
nah, man, you ain't hold me up. Random question, right?
Okay.
Who's man, what was the question I asked today this week?
Hmm.
It was something about top top you see what I mean? She turns
Mhm.
around. Top comedy movie ever, like your favorite comedy movie. Of course you know mine.
What is yours?
Life.
Oh.
Live. What the
So
you mean life?
I immediately went to stand up comedy and was like, Kings of Comedy.
But that's unfair though.
You didn't give me rules.
Well, okay, so Kings of Comedy is your favorite. Is number top stand up comedy, right?
And not the whole thing.
Just Bernie Mac's part.
No, I thought Cedric was really funny
Okay,
as well.
so mine is not Kings of Comedy, but it's Kings of Comedy was funny.
Hmm.
But I would probably say um Delirious, whichever one was the Eddie Murphy with the purple
Never,
leather suit.
never saw it.
That John is funny.
We have to do a deep dive into Eddie Murphy stand up for me because I
Like
don't think I
his
watched
stand up
any.
wouldn't live today.
I've never watched any of it.
No, it ain't Delirious. Delirious was the first one.
Raw.
Raw, that's the one I'm thinking about. Raw was funny as I don't know what. That's probably like number one. Uh, the one where Richard Pryor was talking about him catching himself on fire. You still
I've
haven't.
seen clips of it, but I've never
You had
seen it.
man. I listened to it on like audio, like it was an album,
Hmm.
and I was like, I gotta watch this. You know, that one. I think Kevin Hart's. It might have been seriously funny.
Seriously funny, I think has been my favorite of his.
Yeah, like it was grown little man was funny. That's when like then he did another one in between that like after that one that's when he got big and then the one after that one was like I was like this is it.
Raw's absolutely funny. You can't see,
Man,
can you?
nah, I
Mm.
can't see that. That
And
light reflecting off your shirt and all stuff.
reflected off of my shirt.
Man, I'm just putting on that cuz I don't know.
What?
Yeah, Raw is like man. But Delirious was funny, but Delirious was cringy too. I was like, he was everything was home like gay this and gay that, you know. But it was like funny. And you know, and during the time, and that's the crazy thing about time. It's like some things just don't live well. Oh, I got contacts in, man. Ain't no front over here. I can't see without my glasses.
My God, you can't. Let me see
Nah,
if I can
I can't
pull
see it all.
this up so that I can pull it up on
You
the.
say what?
I'm gonna pull it up over here so that I can pull it up on the screen.
Oh, you don't gotta do all that.
I mean, I'm trying to help you.
There we go.
Oh, okay. Oh shit. How do I mute this? There it is. Okay. There you go.
You don't gotta put it on the screen. I seen it now.
Okay.
I
I was just
seen it
making sure I
already.
could do it. It was
Man,
getting where the huh
man, that's what I
later.
know.
Okay.
Like that's why I was like it just wouldn't live well today, but back then, man, too funny, man. Um Lil
I
Rails
told you later.
Lil Rails stand up was funny. Um the
So
one
the
where he
best,
did in LA.
yeah, the best real stand up that I've seen was him in person.
Yeah.
Of course, that wasn't a special though.
Um
Although the one that he did in LA was
man had me
hilarious.
dying laughing. And I wanna say this is crazy because I think he's probably like the greatest comedian, like top three comedians. Dave Chappelle,
Hmm.
he ain't two or three. Um, but his specials, the one that I like the most is the one it came out when we was in college. I can't remember the name of it. Oh, that's so true, man. It's so true, and it's crazy that it doesn't. But then it's like I see why this was funny,
Hmm.
you know. Um, but yeah, Life is probably like the greatest comedy movie for me.
Hmm.
Um,
I'm trying to
but it
pull it.
rivals.
Okay, so when we were in college, for what it's worth, came out.
That's it.
Well, no, we weren't in college.
It was before we was in
We were in
college.
high school.
Yeah.
but
I
it
didn't
was
see it until
it was
college.
our senior year of high
Yeah, I
school when
didn't
it
see it
came
until
out.
college. I remember watching it on my iPod. Sit down in the chair, man. Sit down. Butt to seat.
Um, Absolutely, some stuff doesn't age well, and it does happen a lot, specifically in comedy, because I don't want to say we as a people get more sensitive over time, but for lack of better words, that's pretty much what happens. We get a little bit more sensitive over time. Eminem's catalog definitely, it was cringy then. Like Kim, uh Stan, that's just the ones. Is Kim the name of the song? I know it was about Kim. But yeah, he had some wild stuff coming out. Eminem. They were saying his music didn't age well.
I'll still listen to it though.
And I can't believe Kim married him twice. Like with the music that he put out about Kim.
Mm.
Like some stuff, I'd be like, bruh, like he had to have been a totally different person at home.
Yeah.
Because his outer persona in music
But
was
you look at him now,
wild.
man. He pretty chill now.
Yeah.
Um. All right, let's get into it, man.
Miss Tillman said life still makes her laugh.
Oh, I man, life is so funny.
When's the last time you watched Life?
It's been a minute.
Because
I'll
I bought
admit.
this movie for
Yeah,
you.
and I watched it too.
Did you?
Yeah.
Because you never open the Blu-rays that I buy you.
I don't open Blu-rays. I don't even have a Blu-ray player. But yeah, life is
Anyways.
hilarious. It marvels Harlem Nights for me.
Harlem Nights was a fun one. I actually own like 3 copies of Harlem
Yeah.
Nights. I
But
don't know why.
the issue though,
Okay, Lily, just keep
today,
going.
today's time, I don't think we can have a life or Harlem Nights.
Why?
The closest thing we had to it, which was terrible, was Soul Plane, I think.
Oh, with the amount of people.
With the like, cause that was just a movie of comedians.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah. I wonder what it would look like now.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't know. Anywho,
have you seen that meme where they see Ray for still Ray is sitting at somebody that looks like Martin
mm-hmm.
is just sitting at a table. He's like he's still
Mm-mm.
funny. All right, man. Let's get into it, man. What happened this week?
So last weekend, Tommy had me sit down and watch the Bishop Sycamore to answer this question. I don't think Soul Plane was that bad. However, there's a lot of bad TV that I still watch consistently, even though I know it's bad.
I don't think it was bad, but I just
Mm-mm.
think it was a bunch of stuff put in one.
It was a lot going on. Never watched Blue Streak.
You haven't?
No.
Blue Streak was funny.
If I watched it, it was like it was just on and I wasn't like paying attention.
Yeah, yeah,
But this week we watched the Bishop Sycamore documentary
yeah.
and oh my God,
First off, great documentary.
it was absolutely great.
Great
Like I
documentary.
didn't want to watch it, but that man is crazy.
You gotta tell the backstory.
And
We're gonna spoil it.
it
The
was
story.
so captivating. His crazy
Yeah.
that I was like, "Oh my God. Like what is going on here?"
Mm. I ain't think about that, Miss
What does
T.
it say?
Uh,
Almost everybody in life is going on. Like that last scene, only a few are still living. I have to watch the movie again to even remember who was in the movie. Beyond,
look, I was like, yep, because my boy is Billy D. Williams still alive?
I killed off Bob Barker before this
Oh
week,
yeah, Bob Barker died this week too.
so I don't want to tell you that somebody's still alive, and he is.
But anyway, Bishop Sycamore.
William December Williams.
We talking about Bishop Sycamore.
Okay. No, I was just looking at Billy D's real
Oh.
name.
Um. So
Oh my God, me and Billy D got the same birthday.
trying to get the backstory with Bishop Sycamore. So basically, Bishop and I told this story terribly at work.
Go watch it in your room. Let me turn it on now. No, I can't. You have to turn it on. My phone's
Oh, okay.
no.
So
Turn
give
it
the
on. Then.
backstory of Bishop
No,
Sycamore
you
while I
go
get
ahead and
this.
give it. I got my phone pulled
Um. So Bishop Sycamore basically was a fake high school that
up.
um.
Hold on.
Oh,
No, you go ahead.
Lily's distracted. Fake high school that basically got a schedule to play on ESPN as one of the top high schools in the nation. They
Go.
got embarrassed. And I mean, people getting hurt, people like not really like running plays and stuff like that. So that brought attention to the school because it's like, why is this happening on national TV?
Mm-hmm. Like, why did you agree to play this game knowing that you were not equipped
Like it's different
for this
class
game?
of people.
Mm-hmm.
It's on HBO Max. Forgot to mention that. But what's dude name? Ron Johnson? That ain't his name. That
You
is
asking me somebody name?
that is not his name. But basically they got blew out in a football game against IMG Academy on ESPN and everybody saw this. So now everybody's looking like, well, what's going on with this school? Reason why they were allowed to play this team. So the scandal, like I heard about this, the scandal happened in like 2020 or 2021, something like that. Um so yeah, August 29th, 2021, that's when it was televised on ESPN. So and this school is out of Ohio, or based this fake school is based out of Ohio. So when they saw that this happened, people started looking more and more into the school and found out that this was a fake school, like the school didn't exist. And so, of course, um, they had the you heard about kids living in hotels, not going to school, not having class to go to. Um, on the documentary, they were talking about they didn't have like food all the time to eat, so they would have to they were eating slop and whatever they could do. Eventually, they started stealing from Walmart, is what they were saying. Big scam, right? um, I'm still trying to find no boy name, man.
I have it pulled up. Who are you looking for? The
The
name.
coach.
Let me see. Let me see. The school's in Columbus, Ohio, by the way.
I didn't know that.
Roy.
Roy.
Leroy Johnson Jr., and they call him Roy.
Yeah, this dude is just. He was like, "I'm not a con man. Do I look like a con man? Yes."
So, like, the fact that he was like, I found out that if you spent so much money on hotel rooms, you could get net 90.
Yeah.
So, he was having these kids stay in hotels and he was given 90 days to pay, and they were getting evicted out of hotels.
Like the saddest part to me, and then we'll get into the like the story, was that these kids trusted so much in him, and for him to like basically get over on them, and then when he's seeing them talk bad about him, calling him evil and stuff like that, he gets mad
Mm-hmm.
and can't own up to, yeah, I
Miss Tillman, all of them. Like, okay, so
no, not all of them. Some of them were like the quarterback.
mm-hmm,
He was 2 credits away
mm-hmm,
from being done with high school.
mm-hmm. And how does that happen?
I have no clue.
So there was a lot of questions that I had about this academically, and this isn't even just the parent in me. This is just, me. I got questions.
Somebody was registered as a JUCO student on the football team.
Why did these people think that there was some bridge mysteriously between high school and college that was still called high school?
I don't know.
Because several of them had graduated from high school.
Mm-hmm. Or aged out of high school.
Some of them had graduated.
Yeah, yeah. Some of them had graduated.
So when you graduate from high school, if you're not going to go to a 4-year university, the intermediary is a junior college,
Yeah,
community college. Why did you think that high school again was it?
because how do you like? The crazy part is this man came up, the random man came up to you, no credentials or anything. That came up to you and said, "Hey, I'm gonna get you D1 into a D1 school, and all this and all that." And there's nothing behind him to say, "Yeah, you can do that." Like no credentials. This is in 2020,
Hmm.
20. I mean, 19, 2020. We
So
have the internet.
this makes me think about one of my cousins, and granted, they're selling two totally different things. My cousin back in the 90s used to sell meat.
Yeah,
And he said he would pull up in neighborhoods that like weren't on his route to try to get rid of the other meat because that was his job
yeah.
was to sell all the meat on the truck. And he was like, once you start talking to people about your product, he was like, you just start nodding your head yes. Eventually they'll start nodding their head yes too. And they don't realize that they're agreeing with you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I wonder how much of that type of tactic
Mm,
was used with these people
mm.
because
I think,
you can't come to my house to talk to me about my kid playing a sport.
yeah,
Or I'm not even just gonna say my house, but just in general. You can't come to me talking to me about my kid playing a sport that has graduated from high school and you don't work for a college.
right. No, you like I feel like he preyed on his own people.
Oh, he
You
absolutely
know,
did.
they were easy targets because maybe they didn't know. Now, one thing that really pissed me off as I thought about it more was the quarterback's mom.
Hmm.
It's like you let your baby play in this school, and you was supposed to be the team mom.
Why didn't you know?
How did like you like they sent in tuition? Like to what? Like you don't have any proof. You didn't get a report card. You ain't talk to no teacher.
And he was using his deceased mother's old business to write bad checks. Who am I sending this tuition money to?
I would have said, son, I don't know what this man is doing because the mom was privy to him writing a bad check because he wrote a bad check to pay for the hotel when they played on ESPN.
Hmm.
And the mom found that out because she took him to go get the check from FedEx or something like that. He
Hmm.
was like, "Nah, that didn't happen." And she was like, "Yeah, that's what we did." And I'm sorry, I would have said, "Son, you're not playing or going to this school anymore." Like after like all that is after we figured out like he's done all this stuff because let's just assume she didn't know. Like she thought it was all legit.
Hmm.
That one instance would have told me, "Nah, we don't need to do this." I haven't seen anything. They've been sitting up here losing.
So I've gotten a check FedEx to me, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I ain't go to FedEx to print out the check.
Nah, I would have a check, or I would go to the bank.
So I've gotten one FedEx to me. But if I was trying to pay something, a large sum of money or what have you,
Mm-hmm.
like even just using buying the house, right?
Yeah,
I went to the bank. The bank didn't mail me something,
yeah.
FedEx. And I had to
No,
go print that. They didn't send me something and say, here's your link to go print this out at FedEx. You up here just making up stuff.
making up what you want to, man.
And I'm interested to see how he gets charged.
Well, yeah. I don't know what like fraud is all up in that.
These PPP loans, because he also had the students, he took out PPP loans in the students' names, saying that they owned barbershops.
Yeah,
I wonder, did he do any of the paperwork to have loan forgiveness?
I don't know, man. Like it was a wild situation because what still confuses me is how do you walk up to random people you see outside throwing a football and say, "Hey, you want to come join my team? I can get you in a D1," and that works,
And he was like, I used the whole Suge Knight speech.
right? And that worked. I was like, "What type of people?"
They worked for Suge Knight too. So what kind of people?
I'm just saying back then,
Suge
right?
Knight was just a bodyguard.
No, I'm saying back then that can work,
Yeah.
right? Because there's no like word of mouth was the biggest way to sell something, right?
Hmm.
We have the internet now,
You
and
know how
everybody has access
you
to it.
know how I know how easy it is to like do this on the internet is you think about how many people get online and ask dumb questions like I've seen somebody ask a question like where y'all get y'all spoons from? Spoons aren't magic.
Random spoons.
Bro, if you don't go to Walmart or Target and buy you some
Well, people
spoons,
might want to know where they like because their spoons be
and
blending.
that's you giving people a benefit of the doubt, and that's how these people got
No,
scammed.
no, no, no. That's totally different.
Dumb
That is
questions.
different
They
though.
just believe in anything
No,
though.
that's different though. So you mean to tell me somebody is able to walk up to their a kid, right?
Mhm.
17-year-old kid, say, "Hey, come to my school
Mhm.
and you know, I'll get you into D1." Whatever the conversation was said,
Mhm.
right? This kid goes back to his parent and says, "Hey, I'm going to go live on campus with this guy that said he could get me into D1 school." And
You always hear the stories of my mama worked 2 and 3 jobs. She wasn't really at home. One less mouth to feed. You going where? All right, bye.
you got tuition to pay for. Hold up.
I should apply. I mean, I should have some type of financial waiver.
Look, the
And
first
how much? What? How much was tuition? Because obviously, and where was it going?
to he was robbing Peter to pay Paul when he wants to. Like, because that's the weirdest thing. It's like, what was his point? What was his goal in the whole thing?
Oh no, a lot of it was unethical, and I'm wondering how much of it will
The
become
school didn't exist, Norette.
like how much of it will become like you know how like Amber Alert got its name
Yeah,
or like whatever the stuff is like how much of this will become basically a cautionary tale and then become illegal
yeah.
because of what he's done.
Um, yeah, like that's the crazy part. Like, no, because nobody thought that anybody would ever do this.
So they use some other school as like
IMG as like
a cover up
oh
situation. It was something,
Christian of Faith
yeah, something of
Academy.
faith.
No, that's where he originally got the idea from.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And then they had to send him a cease and desist letter. Oh no, okay, no, it wasn't the Christians of Faith. It was Youth Build Columbus Community School.
Oh
So
yeah,
he promoted Bishop Sycamore as working with that school.
yeah,
So people could Google Youth Build. Then when Youth Build got its not Youth Build, when Bishop Sycamore got itself like pushed to the forefront where people believed that it was real and Youth Build was like, don't associate with us anymore. They're like, now we're independent of Youth
yeah.
Build. And so people didn't question anything.
Man,
But I just can't imagine myself sending my child to go stay at a school sight unseen.
Yeah, no.
Like
I care about my child too much.
even like elementary school, like Tammy and I are in the process now trying to find the elementary school for Lily, right? And part of that list is let's go there.
Yeah,
I'm not just picking something off of a
right,
website.
right.
I'm using the website to do the research to see
To
is
do the
this
leg work.
yeah, is this the school that I want to go? Like want to send her to, but we're doing a good, better, best.
Yeah, yeah. Like it's for me, right? The thing is, you see these kids at IMG because that was the big thing about I feel really bad for the quarterback
Mhm.
just because he was the most promising player,
Mhm.
right?
Cuz that's the one that was supposed to go to Grambling, right?
Right, right. And then opportunity was taken away because he was associated with this Bishop Sycamore. But you see these kids with these hoop dreams, right?
Mhm.
And at some point, somebody has to be real with them and say, "Hey, yeah, you might want to play, but let's look at the situation."
Mhm.
My
I'm
boy
sorry.
was my boy wasn't the quarterback wasn't eligible for NCAA. He
Mhm.
was missing 2 high school credits.
And that's another question that we need to ask why.
Like if it right,
Because missing 2 high school credits and the solution is I'm gonna put you in this school so that you can play football.
yeah, it
I
just
don't
didn't sound right, and
understand.
his mom was just going for it. I
The
just
the easiest dream to sell is, bro, we can get you to the league.
okay. Let me tell you my yeah. All right, so y'all know I wanted to be a rapper at one point in time.
You told us that last week.
Yep, yep.
Hmm.
At one point in time, I was going to the league, right?
I don't know how you
I
thought you was
just
going to
knew
the
I was.
league
I knew I could make it. I didn't
playing
know
for
how
your
hard
high
it was,
school.
but I started realizing
Matter of fact, I'm gonna look up and see if it was anybody famous that ever came from your high school.
from my high
Yeah,
school. I don't even know. Probably, yeah, it's a couple. But it wasn't me.
obviously.
I'm gonna have to get it a different way. But so when I first started playing football, I think I was in the 8th grade or something like that. I was like, yeah, I can make this. I can do this because I fell in love with football. But I quickly realized I'm 5'6".
Wow.
What?
George Clinton went to your high school?
I don't think so. I don't believe that. Um, like the George Clinton or
No,
a George Clinton.
this this might not be the, but this is a guy in music.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
Yeah, that very much so is. So yeah, I realized quickly it's not a lot of people that's 5'6" in the league. I think Warwick Dunn was the closest thing during that time, and he was 5'10", 5'11", or something like that. I was like,
And so this football
this
is where you
football,
were
and I
going.
was like, I'm not a remarkable football player, you know.
Did you ever think you were going to the Olympics?
I did,
Okay.
I did. Let me tell you about that. So I made it to the Junior Olympics. I was like, bet I
Mhm.
could. This track thing could be something nice. I got to high school and started realizing, oh, everybody's faster than me.
Mhm.
Okay, okay, but I stopped running summer track.
Okay, so you did have notable alumni, but he's not in
Who?
sports. Leslie Jordan.
Who's that?
He just recently passed away.
Oh, I didn't know he went to Brainerd.
Mhm.
Anyway,
I'm over here like, interesting. He went to Brainerd Black when it wasn't black people.
yeah, yeah. I think COVID had a lot to do with
Miss Tillman
people
said, I think he took
believing.
advantage of a lot of places putting programs on hold during COVID. Oh, that definitely was a lot to it. That's how they got the ESPN.
These kids though, man, like they have to realize like sometimes your dream is gonna be deferred, but it doesn't have to not happen. Like I
No,
wish
everybody can't go to the
no,
league.
I'm just saying, I wish I would have thought about it from a standpoint that I think about it now.
Mhm,
Maybe I can't play in the league, but I
mhm,
could do something.
mhm.
in the NFL or surrounding football or stuff like that.
That's like one of my stepdad's high school classmates. I don't know if he ever wanted to play in the NBA, but he took his money and became a minority owner in the
Yeah.
Grizzlies. So, not to say that everybody can do that either, because it has to be the right time, opportunity, and financial situation. But, you know, COVID definitely helped a lot of people g- catapult to new heights, whether they be scamming and scheming heights
Yeah.
or actually just having the time to invest into doing something that they were already doing.
No, I think the people that the coaches,
Hmm.
like one dude was the dude that was sitting next to him when he had that, all these kids ungrateful and all this.
Hmm.
Like he looked on screen on that documentary like, dang, this is messed up what we did.
Hmm. And it sucks that it took that
Yeah. Yeah.
moment to
Like the sad part, the actual dude that started everything didn't have remorse for anything.
mm-mm,
The coach before, he was like, he's like, I was gonna choke him because like it started off a great idea, solid idea, but then they started losing the school association and all this and all. They asked the church members from the Christian of whatever the Christian
hmm
of faith thing. They asked the church members to take out life insurance policies and donate some of the proceeds, donate a little bit to their family, or when they pass, give a little bit to the family, but give majority of it to the church.
I wonder how many people did that.
I hope nobody.
I don't know. That's
I
wild
hope
though.
nobody.
Um.
Anyway,
Yep. That's what I was about to say. All right. So what else you
speaking
got?
of football, college
Hmm.
football is back.
Yep.
Yay. I've been waiting all year for it.
Have you?
Yeah, since the Super Bowl went off, I didn't have any more football.
Okay.
'Cause I didn't watch spring ball for some reason. Um, but yeah, college football is back today. Some of the
I laugh because now we're back to planning outings around when Tennessee plays.
yep,
Like we have a family outing coming up next month, and I was like, I don't even want to ask the other male cousins who their team is because we might not get to go.
yeah, yeah. But no, we're good to go. But I'm looking forward to today because Tennessee played Virginia.
Mhm.
Um, TSU plays Notre Dame. I gotta call my uncle.
And your uncle is going to act like it was a close game.
No, he's not.
No, it was one game that was a blowout, and he was like, "I didn't know if we was gonna make it." Notre Dame scored 67 points. It wasn't that many, but still.
Mark is going to the game.
Is he?
Yeah,
He's a Tennessee alum
yeah.
or
TSU,
TSU
TSU
alum.
alum. Um, who else we got? Colorado is playing today. Finally, we get to see Coach Prime on D1, on the D1 stage. But I'm
Are their
more,
games going to be
yeah,
televised
of
this year?
course they are.
You think so?
Let them, if they come out and win today,
Hmm.
college game day will be game day gonna come to Colorado at some point during the season because it's Coach Prime, right? He brings that with him.
Hmm.
He brings the attention with him, and he holds it.
Hmm.
He holds it well. Um, so I'm not concerned about him. And this is what I was talking about with Jay yesterday. I'm not concerned about Coach Prime.
Hmm.
I'm more concerned about the athletes.
Well, that's who's playing the game.
But it's do their talent translate? Because now they're playing, and Colorado is in a weak division.
You know what's funny is I still have the flight alerts from you wanting
Do
to
you?
go.
Do you? I thought we really was gonna go, but we
I knew
ain't.
y'all wasn't going when nobody put up any money
Yeah.
up front.
Well, obviously. But nah, but it's like I'm really curious to see how Shador's talent transfers because not discounting HBCUs, but you get more variety of player,
Mm-hmm.
right? Um, but with D1 schools or these top D1 schools, especially SEC, like you're getting number one players out of the
What was the
schools.
so when he was at JSU, what was the like hardest team they had to
They
play?
lost the championship.
No, like
Like they
outside
were
of
they were blowing people out. Like the
outside of the SWAC.
um I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Like because HBCUs are not notoriously known for football, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I've been to so many HBCU games and I only remember the band.
And it's crazy because I've only been to a handful of HBCU games.
hmm Well, just
But I don't have yeah, right. I don't have a lot of association with HBCUs.
like, well, I get that because I like growing up in Memphis, we had the classic, right?
Oh, thank you.
What did it say? Oh, thank you. Growing up in Memphis, we had the classic, the Southern Heritage Classic. So I got to see TSU and JSU play all the time,
Right,
right?
right.
Seen FAMU play, couple of other schools as well. And you remember the bands, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I can't really say, oh, these are the best of the best at football
Mm-hmm.
for their division because I never looked at the game, right?
Yeah,
Nobody was excited about the game
yeah.
except for former athletes
Right,
that
right.
were at the games. Um, so it makes me wonder like what was the hardest or the most challenging team that they played on
Yeah,
their schedule
yeah,
because if your schedule is a whole bunch of people that's basically in line with you talent wise
mm-hmm.
and your talent's not great, it don't matter.
Yeah. Like
It's a
it's
whole it's a whole bunch of just think about it like a whole bunch of ex athletes going out and running a foot race, right?
yeah.
Was it a good race? Or was it like he should have won because he used to run?
No, I mean like the race itself, the game itself
Mhm.
can be good,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Like because in track, right?
Mhm.
When I ran, we had regional, we had sub region, region, and nationals.
Mhm.
Well, came in second in the sub region,
Mhm.
came in first in the regional,
Mhm.
came in 24th in the nationals.
No, that's what I'm
You know what I'm
saying.
saying? So it's
That's
like
what I'm saying. And it's like, was JSU good in the sub region
right, yeah.
and okay in the region? I'm not saying like going from yours, but like
Yeah,
good in the sub region, okay in the region, and then you put them on the national scale with everybody, and they getting blown out left and right. What is Colorado going to do? Because
right.
I mean, granted, we know Colorado wasn't a good team before he
At
got there,
all.
right?
And their whole team left.
Right. So Colorado wasn't a good team before he got there. He honestly is using JSU's players funneled into Colorado.
Hmm. And the
So,
recruits that he had coming to JSU went to Colorado.
right.
Because let's not take anything away from Coach Prime,
hmm
right? Because I
hmm
think he's a great coach. I think he's a great motivator. And I think he's a great person, right?
hmm
He has a way of doing things and he has what he wants,
Right.
right? He's a winner.
hmm
Winners win,
Okay.
losers lose.
Okay.
But but he puts the work in. So it's like seeing that and surrounding his people,
hmm
his boys around solid people that's going to get them to a place to where they need to be to get to the next level. He understands that everybody on this team ain't gonna go to the league, but I'm gonna have some,
hmm
you know, and that was the whole thing in with JSU. Everybody here ain't gonna go to the league, but I'm gonna bring attention to like y'all, some of y'all somebody's gonna go,
Right.
which I think happened, right? He made his goal of getting 10 to 12 players. 10 to 12 players.
Right.
He got 10 to 12. some of his players to the league. But how does for me, how does that translate into the HBCU? Because we'll see the coverage of it this year
Yeah.
without him being associated with it. But I'm curious to see how what this team looks like. And what I was telling Jay, I was like, that's why I wouldn't bet on them right now.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know who's on this team. You don't know how the talent is going to translate. Because if you look back at it, um, Shador was going to FIU.
Miss Tillman said, "Make you a shirt that says winners win, losers lose."
You got it. Making the shirt today.
I just realized you're having the same shirt as me.
I did too.
Literally just realized.
For lovers only.
Never looked at
Um,
that.
but I'm just saying though, man, it's I'm curious to see. That's a team I'm gonna actually watch because I'm a fan of Coach Prime,
Mm-hmm.
right? Tennessee. I'm curious to see how we do with our new quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Um, who
Big
else?
Hoop.
Huh?
Said Big Hoop.
Right. I like what he did with Tennessee last year, so I'm curious to see that. And
I'm tired of being excited about new coaches. I need somebody to stick around.
man, nah, we can't get comfortable with a coach, man. We leave him so fast.
Mm-hmm.
Like, nah, but I mean, to be honest though, we had some trash coaches.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember the one that used to wear the polka dot, the checkerboard pants. It was a time we really was bad. But anyway, but yeah, I'm excited about college football because to me it's more competitive
Mm-hmm.
um than the pros. I like the professional football, but um Atlanta ain't really a spotlight team, so
I like going to the games though,
yeah, the Atlanta and the Titans
which we didn't go to one last
got to root
season.
for the home team. So um
I miss your old job.
okay, but yeah, college
No, I'm just
football.
thinking like I didn't go to a football game last
Claim
year.
your teams now, because at the end of the season,
Is this TSU game gonna be televised? Do
I
you know?
think yeah, it's gonna be televised. It come on at like 2 or something like
No,
that. So
okay.
I got to call my uncle like early. I'm gonna call
Mm.
him when we get off
I bet
of
he
here.
done upgraded his sports packages to
I
make
hope
sure he
so.
can see
I
Notre
hope
Dame
he
play
did.
all the
I
time.
hope he did. It makes sense to do that.
I can hear him now. Wanda.
Nah, we
Call the
gotta get it.
people.
We gotta get it on.
Call the people. We gotta get it.
We gotta get it. What's next on our list, man?
I don't know. Simone Biles.
You gotta tell me about that.
She won the record eighth eighth all around title. So she is the gymnast that has won best all around title the most times.
Oh,
And
that's like best
gymnastics
all around is just like a thing.
culmination.
Oh, okay.
Um and surprisingly at 26 years old, she is considered old for
Nah, I
gymnastics.
couldn't. I couldn't watch that. I tried.
Did you all watch the recent Untold Stories about the swamp? Nope.
I tried. I was like, oh, that's gonna go on my list, and I was like, nah, I'm not gonna watch this.
So if it's a documentary, 9 times out of 10, I'm not the one that suggested to watch it. I think the only one that I suggested to watch was Hillsong.
And that's something that y'all suggested, and I was like, I'll check it out because I don't know what's going on.
No, they
No,
suggested the
the
Duggars.
Duggars, yeah.
Mm-mm. Hillsong was the one that I suggested to watch because I was trying to figure out what everybody was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And then we watched the Duggars, which we did finish
We
the Duggars.
finished the
We didn't
Duggars.
finish Hillsong.
Hillsong got bored, and after they fired the
Yeah, once we got done with like
the
Hillsong and we started going into the
the Australian version of
yeah,
Hillsong,
I was
I
like,
was
I
like,
don't who are these people? And we had to keep explaining in context of other people. And I
yeah,
was like, if I can't remember who you are, I don't want to watch it
yeah,
anymore.
just lost complete interest in that.
Um, I'm
But
trying to
Simone Biles,
I'm trying to think of oh, that was it. I was thinking about documentaries and actual TV. We need to catch up on The Shy
yeah,
because we're like 3 episodes behind now.
yeah.
And I'm about to be paying for this
Are you?
Showtime. Yeah, you know, I did the 1 month free trial with
You
YouTube
should have
TV.
waited then, and then did the
You
one.
told me to do it so we could watch the first episode.
Oh,
And then we couldn't watch episode 2 because the kids were kidding.
we need to pick a time. This is when we're gonna watch the show.
Okay.
I watch a lot of my TV when everybody's asleep.
Hmm.
So
Well, now I watch the majority of mine during the day
yeah.
because Quad just be like, "Ooh,
But what
let him
happened with
swing."
Simone
I just
Biles?
told you
Oh,
she
that's it.
won. That was it.
Oh, then she had stopped for mental health, right? Like she
Mm,
didn't compete, and that other black girl won the gold. She didn't compete in the Olympics, and the other girl won the gold
are you talking
in her
about Gabby
place. Who's Gabby?
Douglas? Is that who you're talking about?
I thought it was Simone.
You said the other girl. I'm
No,
asking you,
no,
it's the
Gabby.
other
No,
girl who you're
no,
talking
it
about.
was another girl. I don't remember her name.
Don't worry about it.
What?
What else did you put on this list that you wanted to talk about?
She said. So wait, Gabby Douglas and Simone Biles are gymnasts,
Hmm.
and they played at different times.
They're both currently gymnasts.
Oh,
There is no different times. Gabby's just younger than Simone. Simone is old in gymnastics terms at 26.
oh, so Gabby Douglas is the younger one.
Yeah.
Why am I thinking
Gabby.
Gabby Douglas was like
No,
predating
no, I take
Simone?
that back. Gabby is a year older than Simone. So 26, 27.
Hmm.
I was putting her at like 24, but she's
Obviously,
27.
all I look at is, oh, they flipping, and then I turn the channel.
Jordan. Is this who you're talking about? Is the other girl?
Yes,
Okay.
she won the gold in
Gotcha.
place of Simone.
And she's 22.
Yeah,
Gymnasts have to be tiny and young.
yeah,
I remember when I was doing cheerleading and I wanted to be a flyer and they told me I was too tall. I was like, I'm 5'4".
yeah.
How's that too tall? But the flyers that we had were like 4'10", 4'11". So I get it. And I was like, if I'm flying with boys, I shouldn't be too tall because they're taller than
But
me.
they got to catch you though.
Yeah, but they were all tall. We had some guys that was like 5'11", 6 feet tall.
Hmm.
Like I went to a high school that did competitive cheerleading.
Gabby was first. I get them like I think I what's the floor when they like dancing to the music and flipping and stuff like that. That's a floor routine, right?
The floor
She
show.
does that.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, gymnastics and figure skating wasn't a
Those were the two that I watched. I didn't care about people running in circles. I was like, oh, she can flip. Like Dominique Dawes was everything for
yeah.
me as a kid.
What Tanya Harding? What did she do? She was a figure skater,
Uh-huh.
right? Who did she try to kill?
Was it Nancy?
I don't know.
Yeah, Nancy Kerrigan.
Okay. Like that's crazy. My homeboy made a song about Tanya Harding, and
Tanya Harding was never convicted for her alleged role in the attack, but she did plead guilty to conspiring to hinder prosecution.
she wanted to break her ankle so
Mhm.
she wouldn't skate, and the guys that she hired was like stupid, and they was like, yeah, we're gonna kill her.
Like, is it
What sense does
really
that make?
like that's crazy that we lived through that?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
and they're in their 50s, so they're not much older than my brother.
yeah.
Like,
That's crazy. That's wild though, man.
and as a kid, I felt like they were just like grown. And
Yeah,
then now when you put it in like those terms,
they
you're
wasn't
like,
too old.
they're really not that much older.
Right, right.
Like they're older than us, but like when I look at my sibling being could have been in high school with them,
Hmm.
you're like, really wasn't that big of
Right,
a
right.
deal.
At all. Um, that's crazy, man. I didn't like. I always get Simone Biles, and shout out to her. Congratulations, man.
Simone actually just got married too.
Did she have a baby?
No, she just got
You know
married.
who I'm thinking. What I like. One thing that I found interesting this
You'll be
week.
like black girl, black girl, black girl. What's they nice?
Right, right. Black girl magic. Yay. One thing I thought about this week or popped up this week was tennis. They were talking about the women. Shout out to Coco Golf for standing up for herself this past week.
Mm-hmm.
But um they were talking about women having children
Mm-hmm.
and then coming back and playing sports. Is you're seeing more of it
Mm-hmm.
because back in the day, I guess, and specifically tennis players, they didn't have children
Mm-hmm.
and wasn't able to come back and play. Um, but you seen, I don't know names, right? Because what for whatever reason. Um,
You're told as a woman in sports that you have a short window of opportunity to even play, right?
yeah.
So, if you only have a short window of opportunity to play, are you going to take
Hey, mama.
2 years off essentially?
Right.
Because you're pregnant for 9 months and then your body is not ready
Yeah.
once you drop the baby to go back to
Right.
whatever
You
your
got to
sport
get it
is. You
back
have to get back
prepared.
to that. So, um,
They
that's
were
honestly why.
what made me think about it was, or like think about how impactful it is, because as an athlete, this is your job. Your job is to be top tier athlete and win, right?
Mm-hmm.
If that's your job and you decide to have a baby, because most people, I'm not gonna say all most people want to have a family, have children and stuff like this.
Mm-hmm.
For a woman athlete, she has to decide either I'm gonna have children or I'm gonna continue my career.
Mm-hmm.
And then by the time she finishes her career, she could be in her mid to late 30s.
Mm-hmm.
And like how your pregnancy was in your
Mm-hmm.
mid 30s.
I would say I was early 30s and mid 30s.
Yeah. And so just to think about that and that's what I tied to is my experience with your pregnancy.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I know we're talking about top notch athletes
And that I am not.
that you're not, right?
Never was an athlete.
Right. I picture you playing a sport, just playing in the
Mhm.
flowers. Anyway.
I mean, I played softball, but I wouldn't call myself an athlete.
Oh yeah, I forgot she was pregnant. But
Mm-hmm.
just the idea that, you gotta take off, have this baby,
Mm-hmm.
be off for 2 years, and then come back. They were talking about a lady who before she got pregnant, stopped and got pregnant, she was like ranked number 6
Mm-hmm.
in the world. And now she's ranked like 200 or something in the
Mm-hmm.
world. But she's working her way back into it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, that's crazy. And it's commendable because it's like, yeah, you come back and claim your crown. I
Right.
think Serena Williams did that. But she did more majority of her winning before she got pregnant.
Yeah, Serena just had another baby too.
Yeah. But she came back and, did her thing. So it's like it's crazy to even think about what women go through in athletics and stuff like that. But I would love to get into the mindset of a woman like athlete, top of their peak of their body, right? Peak
Mm-hmm.
of athleticism, and then cut it off to have a baby and then come back. I would love to talk to somebody and just pick their brain about that.
I even not an athlete, but I look at like um that Beyonce documentary that she did when she was after she had the twins
Mm,
and everything that she was doing to get back ready for well, I think it was for Coachella.
yeah.
And it was like going through everything that she had to go through with, her diet, her workout, how long she practiced on her routines and stuff.
Mm,
Like it's a lot because like I don't know how people like had kids and then just like go back to whatever they were doing.
mm,
I guess most of the time going back to whatever you were doing isn't usually something like physically strenuous.
mm,
But like you look at like preparing for a show, preparing to like um a match or whatever it is that you do in athletics can really be difficult and like take toll on your body. You want me to make it bigger so
no,
you
I
can
got
see?
it.
I did it anyways. Track stars seem to do it, but I can't imagine how hard that is because your body changes so much.
Right.
And I think that's a lot. That's something that a lot of people don't take into account until they have kids too.
Yeah.
How much your body changes.
Hmm.
Um, it's just like you definitely look at it from a standpoint of wow, you have done a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
And getting back to your version of tip top shape can be difficult.
And the crazy part is the discipline that it takes to be in tip top shape,
Hmm.
because the convenience fee,
Without kids.
right? The convenience fee for living today is fast food, is, all these processed foods that we have that wasn't readily available or wasn't a thing
Hmm.
back when we were kids. You
Hmm.
know what I'm saying? So it's like today's society is built around instant gratification.
Hmm.
And it's like we have the same 24 hours that we had when we were children, but it seems like our 24 hours today are eating up so much
Hmm.
more that we have less time to prepare for other things.
But even when you look at it from that standpoint of like our parents and stuff like that, um, mom, like, okay, so we have multiple avenues of making money, right?
Hmm.
And you look at it like our parents went to work, came home.
Yeah.
It was like 8 hours at work. You might have an hour on the front end and an hour on the back end commute. Probably not even a full hour, but they're gone 10 hours a day. And the rest of it is devoted to family time. And we're all trying to squeeze in all these other things nowadays.
And it's crazy. And this is how things tie together, right?
Okay.
We're trying to squeeze all these other things in
Hmm.
because it takes that to survive,
No, it absolutely does.
especially today,
Yeah.
because there's no reason somebody should be having to pay like $2,000 in rent
Hmm.
for a place to stay. So that's that. But yeah, man, it's crazy what your body goes through, only simply wanting to have something um that everybody should have,
Hmm.
which is a family.
Hmm.
So um what we're gonna end cap this off with?
Hmm.
What's left?
Nothing.
Oh, what we could talk about is, man, them Proud Boys getting them Proud Boys getting time like high school graduates.
You
Like, man,
remember their names?
no, I don't remember
Did
their
they ever
name.
find the one that was missing?
I do not know. But this past week, I think it was like two or three. One of them got 17 years. Another one got 18 years, I think. Another one got 15. Somebody got 10. And
Somebody, the guy that got 10 was the one who smashed the window with the police
yeah,
shield.
yeah.
That's the headline. um, one of them got 18. That's the longest sentence to date.
Yeah.
Um, wow. They're seeking 20 years, or no, they sought 20 years for somebody. That's the one that got 10.
Yeah.
They asked for him to get 20, but he only got 10. And then like I haven't looked at what all they were charged with, but one of the guys, the one that got the 18 years,
Hmm.
they were seeking 27 for him cuz he has
He like,
five other
yeah,
felony charges outside of that. So,
he probably gonna get some more years.
I don't know.
Like
How
it's
old are these people?
like the most frustrating part is, right, is that these folks is why, right?
Mhm.
It's like, believe what you want to believe. I don't care about that. But why would you do what you did? And then the person that you're claiming told you to do it is out here all free and willy nilly.
Speaking of him, This
I
man,
ain't political, but I'm just saying common sense is common sense.
this man, I'm trying to find where I text you what cities it was. Says thank you to the citizens of Atlanta. Those of you guys in Washington Park, Vine City, and Bankhead. I was listening to the radio when I found out about
Yeah,
this because I've started listening to the radio on my commute to take Lily to school.
yeah,
And they were like, I want to say it was Miss Pat that said it. She was like, what Trump just did was told his people where to go buy some cheap houses
yeah, yeah.
so they can go and gentrify this neighborhood on his back. But
You know, he sold his campaign has started selling T-shirts
they say
of
what?
his mugshot.
I can believe it. I can believe it. And we're probably gonna see some once we leave out of the
I was gonna say,
Metro Blue
look,
area.
I was gonna say we ain't gonna see nothing over
No, I'm saying once we leave
here.
the Metro Blue area,
Yeah.
we'll see some. Um, I just I'm waiting to see what's going to happen. I'm not gonna hold my breath,
Hmm.
but I'm waiting to see what's going to happen because you shouting out the blackest of black neighborhoods
Yeah.
in Atlanta.
Ti and Shawty Low from Bankhead.
Hello, they know.
Yeah.
But this has just been
No, it's been a very interesting 8 years. Ain't it like 8 or 9 years at this point with Trump and his Trumpism.
I don't
Nah,
know.
because I think it's like to me, right?
Mhm.
It's looking it's more so like a virus that
Mhm.
has basically Trojan horse the Republican Party
Mhm.
because he got a hold on it.
Mhm.
You know, a lot of people are afraid, or a lot of people that are running are afraid to be like, I'm gonna disassociate myself with this. I'm not in support of them. I'm not this. I'm not that because this is stupid. There's no reason for a former president to be indicted 90 something times.
Mm-mm. And
That
now we have to
that's
make rules for that.
right. That sets a precedence that you probably shouldn't have been president.
How we update the Constitution?
Amendments. We have to go
That's what
through
I'm saying.
amendments.
We need to do like how do no, I'm not saying how does it happen?
Oh, we didn't talk about the main thing I
How do
wanted to talk
we the
about.
people be like, let me send you a rough draft of what I want.
As look, as what I was told, we have to run ourselves.
I'm not
Start with
doing
your
that.
local.
I'm not
But
doing that.
Mitch McConnell
Oh, Mitch.
glitched again.
You can't make me believe that Mitch McConnell is okay.
We have to get like there has to be a age limit, term limits, or something for these people
Mi-
uh in Congress. That's what it is,
Mitch is
right? Congress.
Mitch is a senator, isn't
But ain't
he? Yes, sir.
Congress the whole thing?
There's
What's the whole thing? Like none of them have term limits except the president
right. The House of Representatives.
and the Senate.
Yeah.
Ain't that Congress?
Don't ask me.
Okay.
Why am I not getting this?
The whole group, let's say that. The whole group should have term limits. And I ain't saying they should be like 8 years and you're done, right?
Why don't I know the answer to this?
But at some point you should be like, all right, I can't run anymore.
You should. Absolutely.
Like it don't have to be 8 years, right?
Right.
But at some point, before 30, because he's been in office since the 80s, I believe.
The House of Representatives and the Senate form Congress.
Okay, yeah. And what's the with no term limits? They can keep running until they're voted out.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
The president is the head of the executive branch, and then you have the judicial
Thank you,
side,
Miss Tillman.
which is the other people, the judges.
Yeah. Clarence Thomas is in some trouble too. You see that?
What he do?
Taking
Thank you, Miss Tillman. We really appreciate it.
what did he do? He been getting vacations and all type of stuff.
We need Mitch to show his health records too.
Man, dog,
Cause
like
something is wrong with
something is
Mitch.
going on with him, man. Because this man just froze up. Like,
He froze, and then the aide or whoever she was just yelled at him. Did you hear
and
her?
look, and then the thing about it, he went to the doctor. They said he was okay. Like, bruh, stop. Just let it go. Go enjoy your family. You 80 something years old. Like, come on, man.
Isn't what you
Like,
call his
it
wife?
can't be that. Um, like, I don't understand why. Like, why put you? It's a 90-year-old in Congress. It's she's a Democrat, and I think I don't know what branch of Congress, but she's in it, and she's like debating on retiring because she has some health issues that held up something. I was
Being 90 is a health issue.
like I wouldn't want to do. I don't want to do anything that's gonna cause me to like.
And okay, so like my grandfather is in his 90s, right? And this is by far one of the healthiest people that I know.
Yeah,
My granddad still gets up and goes walking every day. Like he out here, he active.
but you ain't finna ask your granddaddy to make.
My granddad is also very sharp mentally, and my granddaddy would be like, "No,
I don't want to
I'm
do that.
too, I'm too old to do
Like
that."
just naturally, it's certain at 36. It's certain things that I'm like I just don't want to do.
I
Right
just
at 36 because of not because I can't do it, but just because I don't want to.
he Mitch McConnell has been in office since 1985. He
I
has
think
been
that's the record. It's 50 years or
yeah,
something like that.
he has been in office since 1985. I was not even
Diane
born.
Feinstein. Yeah.
I was not even born. I
Yeah.
wasn't even a thought.
Right.
My mom and my daddy was still like probably talking. No, they was together because
Yeah.
they was together at like 81, 82.
Like I'm just like, how nobody else see something wrong with that? Like this dude is he holds a high position in Congress too.
Mm-hmm.
And he just be freezing up on stuff like if a decision got to be made and he freezes up like that, what happens? I'm just like at some point you have to say, okay, my time to shine is over. I shined, I did my thing. Now I want to lay back. Even if you just, they keep voting. Why do they keep voting for him?
It's a sense of it ain't broke, don't fix it.
But it is broken.
Well, they just realized it was broken recently. And even still, he ain't realized it's broken because they saying he's okay. What doctor did he go? Is his doctor the same age as him? Is his doctor
Look,
also glitching?
his doctor is that lady that was sitting there yelling at him, trying to get him to come back.
She,
Get it? He needs some milk.
she was literally in his face like this.
Hey, get him some milk.
What is going on here?
Oh man, and I don't want to make a joke about his health issues, but like it's like, bro, this second time you did that.
In a month.
Has it been a month? No, it's been longer than a month, but it's the second
When did Mitch first glitch?
in front of us. Because that wasn't the first time he did it.
July.
Yeah. Like that joint is crazy, man. Like how
July
you just
27th, and then the second time was 2 days ago. I'm gonna say that's a month.
yeah. Like my question is, it's like, what is that?
Mm.
Like I've never seen
Somebody said
anything.
it looks like dementia.
Like I don't know what that looks like.
Dementia can do a lot of different things. However, I believe it has something to do with neurotransmitters.
Mm-hmm.
And so I could see that being part of the issue. It's just, I don't know. Distinguished gentleman. Oh, wait, what does this one say? He must have been having issues for a while. We are just seeing it.
That's what I'm saying. That ain't the first time. It's the first time we saw it, but
and the way that his staff or the person up there, I don't know who that lady is, The way that she was up
That's
there,
something I was thinking too.
seizures.
Seizures, yeah.
The way that she was up there and she just got louder means that that's what she does when
Hmm.
this happens.
Yeah. Like she knows how to react because for me, for something like that to happen and you're standing around me and for it to be the first time that it happened,
Oh my God. Are you okay? That's me.
my thing is like, all right, we're done because I don't know what the what is going on here.
What does this one say? He controls the other redubs. Who comes after may be far worse than him. We have to take our chances. He fell. He may have hit his head
He
earlier in the
did
year.
fall. He did fall.
And a fall at 80 some years old
It's not as
also
funny. Look,
indicative. No, it's also indicative that you may not be okay.
yeah. A fall is not funny for a 80 something year old person.
Because when Joe fell off that bike, I was like,
Like
check him out, guys.
what's going on that we're getting so much older people to run the country?
Because they look at the young people as radicals.
But I
Like,
mean,
think about AOC, how much they come after her.
I think that yeah, fall can't be fatal to the elderly. That's why it's not as funny. But
No, I'm not even being
let
funny about
let
it.
me slide down some steps. I bet you everybody's gonna laugh.
And one time you fell down the steps and your glasses flew off.
My feet went up. That's the most embarrassing part is that my feet went up.
I heard
Glasses go flew off. Feet going up.
I heard about it. I didn't
Like
even see it. I
yeah,
just heard
nah.
about it. And you was like, I fell.
Like man,
I was afraid to walk up and down the steps with Card after I first had him because I was like, I am not okay.
man, that jump was so funny, man. Man, but I just don't know that why like I don't know what the all right, I'm done. Why that hasn't happened with him. Like what is it that we're not seeing that is happening in Congress that hey, that's what I want, you know?
Where's the tell all books?
Right, because like it has to be something like they have to have a super discount on Super Bowl tickets, super
No, it's
discount
definitely the
on
money.
it's something, right?
How much does Mitch McConnell make annually?
To just want to be in that position for that long at that age because convincing people to vote for you is nerve-wracking. And you got to do that almost every year, right?
Now I know the internet be lying, but this says his net worth is $95 million.
I don't know.
But as the minority leader, he earns $193,400 annually. That's why he ain't
I'm
leaving.
just saying it's but I'm just saying is
What else can you do and make 190 plus $1,000 and be able to not be okay and people around you just be like, he's fine. He's fine.
I don't know, man. I don't know, but
Not many other
there
jobs.
has to be something to progress America in a way that we're not dealing with like we're not concerning ourselves with this.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Just because it's like what type of decisions are he is he making? Um
Is he
and
making any decisions?
and what type is he making any decisions? What type of decisions is he making? Is this causing him to make unreasonable decisions?
Hmm.
Now we have to think of things like that because instantly I don't think he's as sharp as he used to be. You know what I'm saying?
You
Like
don't say.
there's a thing when and I always look at like black people, right?
Hmm.
Reason why we didn't go to therapy or we didn't say something was really wrong with us back in the day
Hmm.
was because we couldn't.
Hmm.
Because we had to be perfect.
Hmm. Which is why we all in therapy now.
Right. Because we have this
Well, I ain't gonna say all, a lot of
yeah.
us.
And the rest of us need therapy.
It's so funny now, like talking to friends, and you hear my therapist say,
Mhm.
and you like, we this is a badge of honor.
Right. I took the leap. I did it. type of deal. But it's like it's necessary that we have to get through to certain people that like us, and I suffer from a perfectionism. Like
Hmm.
it has to be perfect, knowing good and darn well it ain't. Everything ain't gonna be 100%.
His wife is spending the 193,000.
I mean, she makes
You definitely cussed.
I'm trying. He's not done with me yet. I'm trying, but
um.
she makes a pretty penny herself.
Oh, she absolutely does.
Wasn't she? She was on. She was something.
She was a Secretary of Labor. I don't know what she's currently doing.
Right. That's where I'm at. Like dementia, you need to be sitting back, listening, and enjoying your family.
Man, you need to be doing music therapy and telling all the family secrets.
Smoking doobies.
Just get out all the family secrets so we don't be like, I wish I would have asked granddad.
Right. Right. Look, this is what happened, or this is what I remember.
Mm-hmm.
You know. Um. But yeah, man. I'm hoping that he gets the help that he needs.
Mm-hmm.
And he eventually retires and just go and enjoy the rest of his life because and like America needs to look at that.
Mm-hmm.
So, but anyway, that's gonna do us for today, man. It's 1:21. We finna get out of here like an hour and 21.
I
Um,
figured that much.
finna get out of here. We appreciate you guys joining us this week. If you haven't listened to our podcast, go back and check out the 2 episodes we've dropped currently. Great conversations. One, we talked about navigating communication, and the other was when we talked about our 7-year itch. So go back, enjoy those conversations,
And me not
leave
wanting
a
my
comment.
hand held
Huh?
more than 30 seconds.
Right. Enjoy those comments. We got a podcast episode coming out this week on Wednesday. What else? What else? What else? I'm making a shirt that says winners win, losers lose. So look out for that.
Why are you like
I
this?
don't know. Check out that Bishop Sycamore
Oh yeah, watch the Big
documentary
Chip
too.
Sycamore documentary. It was a time.
It was a really good documentary, but it was, the dude was crazy. So we love you guys. We enjoy you guys. We thank you for joining us again for another coffee break, and we shall see you guys next week. Enjoy your weekend, guys. Peace.
Bye y'all.